So we all know how hard the restaurant industry was hit during COVID, as Donna mentioned, and actually over 3,500 restaurants closed in 2020 and 2021 because of not being able to withstand that hardship. During the struggle to stay open, indoor dining was shut down for long periods of time, and workers lost their jobs or lost significant hours. So, as she mentioned, in 2021, there were 3 rounds of United Way grants for Pierce County restaurant workers due to COVID. And in total, they went to 135 workers, and the dollar amount was 100,000. Employees were nominated by their owner or manager based on need due to COVID, and those who really deserved a helping hand. So good, dedicated workers. Most were either minority-owned businesses, or the recipients of the awards were minorities themselves. I personally reached out to the owners and managers to ask if they had an employee that they felt would be a great fit for this assistance, somebody maybe experiencing hardship. The most common areas of need were, per the owners' information, were for groceries, for car repairs, for rent, for medical expenses, and just catching up on bills in general. When I delivered the gift cards and spoke directly to the recipients, I was able to stress that their employer chose them not just because of need, but because they were really worthy recipients and valued employees. And I told them they should feel really good about that. I knew that some might have a hard time accepting, charity. So I stressed that they earned this because of their work ethic that they demonstrated, even in the face of challenges. There were many times that I saw tears welling up in their eyes, and it was really moving. So I'd like to share some of the feedback that I received. Fred at Karina Bakery sent me a thank you card that read, "Dear Tamorro, thank you so much for the money to help me move forward and improve my life. I feel as if a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I feel so blessed." Gloria Martin, who is a minority owner at Southern Kitchen, recommended her employee Decorin for the award. And she texted me afterwards with a photo of him holding the gift card with a huge smile on his face and said, "Thank you so much, Tamorro." Decorin was speechless and wanted to thank you and United Way for your generosity. And now he has money to repair his car and catch up on bills. This was just so awesome. Thanks again. With gratitude and peace, Gloria. Another owner said, "Please extend my thanks to the generous donor who provided gift cards to food industry colleagues faced with extra hardships in the last year. I was so happy to see Shar benefit from this gift. This lovely lady is the hardest working and most committed employee I've ever had. She suffered from COVID in January, and due to underlying health issues, her recovery has been very slow. She was very grateful to be the benefactor of this very kind gesture. Thank you again." Indochine Asian Dining and Lounge owner described his recipient, Johnny, as someone who is hardworking and spends his free time helping his family. He's 18, but been on his own, paying his own bills for over a year and still in school. He's Filipino and Mexican. Another states, "Hello, my name is Mary, and I'm the general manager of Parkland Forelli's. I wanted to reach out and say thank you for the United Way grant. I had the pleasure of presenting that grant to one of our artisans, Jason, who recently got out of the hospital. He was beside himself and so very grateful for the support. It's been a difficult year for our industry, but help like this really makes our team feel valued as essential workers within our community. Thank you again for thinking of Forelli's and our team." One final letter I'd like to share that deserves, that actually kind of delves a little bit deeper, so I felt deserved the time, provides really good insight, I think, on the difference a leg up can make for Alice families. And it states as follows. "First, I'd like to start by saying thank you so much for the gift card. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am to receive it and how much it helped. My name is Jacqueline. I'm a 52-year-old single mother working as a janitor at Doyle's Public House in Tacoma. I have worked as a janitor there for a few years now. Before the pandemic, I had worked at both Doyle's and at the Swiss restaurant. Unfortunately, the Swiss didn't make it and closed its doors for good after 27 years. This was over half of my income now gone. I got hired next door to Doyle's for a bartending job, but I was laid off 2 days into it because of the pandemic. So I was down to just cleaning Doyle's and some yard work jobs, barely scraping by. I have an 18-year-old daughter who just recently got a little part-time job at the mall, but no sooner did she start work when the state took my food stamps and medical because the small wage she made was enough to count against us. Then, as they say, when it rains, it pours, because I had a complete brake failure on my car. And the mechanic told me the engine's next, so don't dump a bunch of money in it. 2 weeks prior, I had lost my vehicle now as well. After looking at prices for cars and no money in savings, it would be a long time before I could even begin to look. It was the week after my birthday. Russ Heaton, my employer at Doyle's, called me and said he had a gift for me. He hands me the gift card from your program, and all I could do was cry. It was a huge weight lifted. I knew right away that I wanted to save for a car. Thank you, United Way, for this gift and a chance to change my situation in life and avoid more of the same problems in the future. These programs help create hope for people like me struggling to stay afloat and are a true blessing. Thank you. Sincerely, Jacqueline. In closing, I would personally like to thank United Way for allowing the Hospitality Association to help identify the need and distribute the grants for these restaurant workers in need of assistance. It was really fulfilling, and I felt like Santa Claus. Thank you very much.